seed oils, they go crazy. I don't know why, but they just discovered seed oils. And if you mention it to them, they'll go crazy because they just learned about this. And next week they'll forget it'll be something else. So now they're saying they were wearing NVGs, night vision goggles, and they may have had the wrong ones because they can actually. I said, wait a minute. Should we know this? Should the enemy say? I mean, I'm sure the Russians. Vladimir, yes. Did you hear about this? They have the night vision goggles. Get this. It's too dark. What? No. Why are we telling everybody that we don't know what we're doing? Like with the drones. Oh, forgot to tell you. Remember we talked about the drones? People are going, the drones. I said, what about the drones? What about them? You see? Are you saying the drones were involved in this? No, and it's this language they speak. They don't even say anything. They say, this is not what I see. But they just see interconnection. So anyway, so we have these Black Hawk pilots, and they're like this. I don't know where we're going. What the hell's going on here? Jerry, can you see? Jesus, I can't. Did we miss that plane? With this little Sikorsky. Remember those old-fashioned, like those like Buster Keaton kind of old helicopters that spin? I say, what is this? So where I'm immersed now in and the Daily Mail will say, here's a Sikorsky, here's the model, here's what's going on, here's RPMs, how fast does it go? We're experts in this. And then we get tired of it. Remember, 3 days maximum, because we have the attention span of a gnat. 3 days, we'll forget the whole thing. Next. That's like the fires in Los Angeles. Next. We get tired. Next. We're just bored. We say, and we just observe this. Now, here's what I'm going to predict. I've been telling people things, not on the air, of course, so to speak, but just friends of mine, just to see what they'll do. And I'll say, those people that they say were lost in the piano, how do we know that? False flag. Now, what does that mean? This is our language. See, in the conspiratorium, they always say this. Oh, yeah, false flag. Distraction. They don't believe anything ever happens. They've got these poor people. They're brokenhearted. They're pulling people out of the water. They've got funerals. And people will say, that didn't happen. Didn't happen? No, it didn't happen. It's in order, who knows? Now, the problem with free speech is you have to have, lunatics have free speech because, Shaun, they don't know anything about critical thinking. They don't know how to go from this to here. Don't rule it out. The other day they were talking, Bobby Kennedy was doing his thing. He was taking the stand. And they said, do you believe that SSRIs, antidepressants, are linked to self-harm? And he said, well, I don't know if I believe that, but the medical literature sure believes that. It's in all the medication boxes. So then I meet these people who say they have to be banned because of the connection between this. And I said, did any of you numbnuts ever realize that the people taking this are in need of this because they might have some kind of depression to begin with, which might make them prone in the first place to this? So have you ever thought about that? Oh, yeah. So again, and I know these people better than anybody else because I lived through 9/11. I was here, and believe me, I got my education here. They still don't know what that one was about. Because remember, as they said one time, something like Freud said, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Well, you're getting asked a lot of follow-up questions about the DC crash.
Good.
Whether the helicopter was at fault, the Black
I think
Hawk.
it seems like it was. It seems the issue is simply this: they're going to be saying that helicopters supposed to be at 200 feet, planes are supposed to be at 500 feet max. Listen to me, I'm an expert. And at some particular point, immediately they have these folks online who are saying, and here is they have the actual tracking, and you can hear the voice You can hear, oh. I got to tell you this one before I forget. This one killed me like you can't believe. Do you know who Ainsley Earhart is? Earhart. She's on Fox News. She's married she's the fiance of Shaun Hannity. Good guy. I've known him for 30 years. You know how sometimes people will ask questions when they just don't, they really shouldn't be asking questions. Oh, I think I froze. Oh, maybe we didn't.
Keep going.
There we go.
You're fine.
There we go. Okay. She was asking the following question. She had on a retired Navy SEAL. That's our kind of SAS, everybody's a retired Navy SEAL. There's like 10 million retired Navy SEALs. All of them killed bin Laden. Every single one of them. There's thousands of them. And during the case, she was speaking to this fellow, and listen to what she asks. This is the question. National, Fox and Friends, biggest cable show ever. She said, it's a tough question to ask, but I always think about this when we report on someone who has died. Well, this is in the morning. What were those last moments like? Because you don't want anyone to be scared, but you also want people to say their prayers before and have a little bit of time. But if I were in that situation, you just want it to be quick, So do you think when the plane crashes, when something like this happens, there's no pain, right? The people don't experience that. And he said, golly, and people are thinking, oh my God, say a little prayer. What are you talking? This is she makes millions. True story, years ago. Sometimes you know it when you ever say something stupid on the air? I say on the air, whatever this is, but do you ever say something, you go, oh, did I say that? Because sometimes, you know why? Because you feel, and it's tough for you because you only say about 4 words every 3 hours. So for you to make a mistake, it's got to be, for me, anyway, I say that because I love you, and it's true. There was a woman years ago at a local news story. Terrible story. It was a bus, and the school bus was stuck at a train. You know where this is going, like on a train crossing. And it was like, why the kids didn't get it, I have no idea. Anyway, and splat. Okay, so the woman is doing this local news show, and her response was, well, better luck next time. They went to black, so to speak. The next scene was a guy wearing a headset. It was like a floor director. They probably said, Jerry, yeah, you're doing it. You, honey, you're out of here. They threw her ass out, so she never recovered. Because at that moment, she said, I really don't know what to do. But can you imagine asking somebody, do you think they suffered? Do you think they knew when the plane splits apart and you're trying to focus and just, handle this? Can you believe somebody actually saying that? That has just bamboozled me all day. Incredible.
Shannon's got a theory. My brother was a crash investigator in the Air Force and just sent me pictures saying the helicopter pilot did it deliberately. He said there was no way it wasn't.
Now,
do you remember the guy, the French pilot that flew the plane into the mountain?
Eagle Wings, where he says, Allah Akbar. Remember that, where he said, yeah. Now, I don't know, again, when somebody says, my brother was a cop, my sister, thank you, my sister was a nurse, my neighbor was, okay, fine. Do you think he deliberately did that? Well, first, let's look at the possibilities. It's a possibility, probability, I don't know. And frankly, let me see if I can say this correctly. And remember this, everybody start off the day with this prayer. I don't know about much of anything. We don't know. Nobody said, hey, Shaun, want to see something nobody knows? Want to see the crash reports? Want to see the witness statements? I got a guy up in the tower who says, so. I think you want to know this. We don't know anything. So when I see a plane or a wreck, I say, he did this deliberately. I have no, could be.